We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
Come on now, let's go! Yeah, 10 Lobos. I'm going from back to you. I'm going from back to you.
Now a carry for Portis. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Check, check, check. H3-2-8-T. Chopper, chopper. Sit. Me. Hayward.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Set up, 50, plant. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Check. Leo. Hit it.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. The end result, 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Look at me. Go.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On second down now. It's Cook. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Check 52. Check. Front down.
They'll look to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run it here with Portis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Here's Portis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now Manziel. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Watch twins. Watch.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, Delta. Hey.
I got motion, man. Me. I got.
Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Roll out. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Now.
58.
He'll look to throw. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Rush in. Check 3. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A run with Portis. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 20-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Redskins 7, Vikings nothing.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, read. Let's go, defense. Lock it. Out. Ready, go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
29 is the mic. Mike 29. Here we go. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 29 is the mic. And go.
Here's Manziel. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking long for his tight end lead. And that's caught inside the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the give, here's Portis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Delta. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. is a must. 2, fellas, let's go. Ricky, ready, go.
Manziel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
60 outlaw.
Here we go.
Look, squeeze.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up.
Blue draw Corker.
Check. Lucky. Watch twist. Check safety. Check the backer.
Hey, lock it.
Twist.
Now.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Get it, baby.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Topper.
He's checking. Crash. You got tight right there. Deuce. Big Ed.
On second down, it's Cook. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
What you got, baby? Give me some.
They'll look to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for the Redskins touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give left side, it's Portis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The open man is Smith. That one goes for 8 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill.
Look at me. Go.
On first down, Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Hey, lock it. Hey, Sam on.
Kill.
49, check 49.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Switch. Check 43.
Get it.
Now back to throw. And he's got Fuller. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a loose football, and the Redskins scoop it. There goes Green, the 20, 10, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch out.
They'll drop the throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Blue Dan. Neo. Under 13 spell. Why? Blue. check. 59. Watch the curl. Charlie. Let's go.
2nd and 6. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
I'm coming, baby.
They're going to look to throw. Jordan Reed has it. 9 yards that time.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go right back to the ground with Portis. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Lock it. Safe. Check. Gone. Safe. Go.
They hand it off to Portis, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
You can't block me. Hatchet. Grace don't travel. Ready, go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Check three.
Man.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check three.
Go.
2nd and 3. He's got Smith here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Leo. Hey, Haywood. Switch. Rock it. Go.
Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give running right. It's Cook. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Ready?
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. That one goes for 30 yards.
A gain of 30. And the Vikings 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Leo! Rock it.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Slam.
Look at me. Door.
You go tight. Go.
They'll try and run it here. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Now Manziel. Now he's hit and the ball comes out. Manziel lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Now a run with Cook. Evades the tackler and now some space. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Vikings. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Going to give this time to the tailback. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. Right to 59. Topper.
He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. I'm coming. Check. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Hot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert 3. General, West. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. You're out. Kill. Ready.
Manziel. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.